been working together now since 2016. And you were my first client as I opened up Kunze Analytics as a consulting firm. Very grateful to you for the business you brought my way and the times we've been able to collaborate on different types of projects.
Yes, absolutely. It's been a pleasure working with you. In fact, we've done a number of projects, and I think the real, high-level rationale behind us wanting to work with you is your understanding of how to convert psychometrics into dollar figures. At the end of the day, our clients are interested in whether programs work, whether our instruments predict things, and to what extent, to help them make investment decisions around the learning and development and selection of employees. So a couple of great examples come to mind. One of the first ones we did was we looked at nurses in the healthcare industry.
Right.
We were doing a program that was lifting their emotional intelligence by, on average, about 12 to 15 percentile points. And you were able to help me understand how we could convert that into a dollar figure by taking the average annual salary of the nurses and the sick amount of sick days they had and so on. And that project, we were able to establish an actual dollar figure ROI based on salary and sick leave for that client. And that was a fantastic thing for the HR director to go back to the C-suite and present that to her internal team. And of course, it was fantastic for us in terms of a case study.
Sure, great.
Yeah.
And I know you took the little analysis that I did and then wrote it up and added all of your information and graphics and company, and it looked really nice in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the second one was around sales. We were working with one global newspaper and media companies who are interested in whether their salespeople, the people who are selling advertisements either in print or in digital form,
Yes.
whether their level of emotional intelligence was actually related to their sales effectiveness in terms of the actual amount of money they were that they were bringing in. And of course, you were able to establish not only that there was a correlation, but what low, medium, and high levels of EI looked like in terms of average annual revenue. And then we're able to say back to that client, well, if you turned up emotional intelligence by 1 percentile point, this would be the dollar figure return. And that just made it such a no-brainer for that client to take an investment into the development of their sales.
Right, to create a real business case for continuing with your training and implementing your product throughout that company.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I think that, probably the single best instrument, if you like, that you designed for us was our ROI calculator. We, by this stage,
Right.
have just, quite a long bibliography of published research on the relationship between scores in our instrument and performance, turnover, sick leave, and so on. And you were able to take those figures and turn it into a calculator for us so that clients could just get a fairly good idea, a fairly good estimate if we were to look at these people in our organization and turn up the needle by 15% using one of our programs, what might that look like? And certainly the amount of traffic that we get to that calculator is fantastic. And it also leads to more work between us.
Right.
Some clients say, well, I like the estimate from the calculator, but could we take a more specific look with one of Chris's Gradram analyses? And so, it's just been fantastic. I've always had a scientific background myself. I have a PhD more or less in a statistically oriented subject, but I think statistics is one of those things, unless you use it every day, it goes away, is my saying. And
Right.
I've obviously moved into a different phase of my life, so being able to reach out to you as our thought leader and thought partner and just say, hey Chris, can you do some stats for us, or can you look at return on investment from this program? That's really invaluable to our company, and we really enjoy working with you on that basis.
Well, thank you so much, Ben. It's always great seeing you again. And I know you just had a partner conference, right, recently?
Yeah,
Somewhere around the
absolutely.
world.
Had you along and presenting at the one prior to that too, when we launched the ROI calculator. Yes, yeah.
That's excellent. Well, I just want to wish you and your company continued success. I hope to also be a part of that in the future. And
Most
thank you
definitely.
very much for the words, kind words you've said. and we'll continue following your company and supporting you in any way we can.
Excellent. I'd say to anyone out there, if you're looking for someone who can help you not only determine things, but espouse them in quite commercial terms, Chris and his team at Quincy Analytics are the right partner. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ben.